Teoscar Hernandez has been a stud for the Jays this year, and now he is out with an oblique injury. He's not going to play for the foreseeable future. It's one more injury that they're going to have to deal with. I'm sure they're not going to get any sympathy from the Yankees because the Yankees have been dealing with this all year. But how big of a hit could this be to the Blue Jay lineup?
Well, it's a big hit, no doubt. He led the team in so many offensive categories, and I thought more importantly was just starting to play with the confidence that he needs to play with. And I guess Dante Bichette's made a big difference to him at the plate in terms of philosophy and changing his swing a little bit and his leg lift, toe tap now rather than a full leg lift. So there's been a lot of adjustments there. But, this is a case, and you're right. I mean, the Yankees have, I think, as many as 10 players on the disabled list, and Judge and Stanton being out. Sanchez has not been hurt, but has just not played very well. So this is where somebody else in that lineup has to step up. And I don't think the Blue Jays' problems to this point have been scoring runs. They've scored a lot of runs. What they need to do is work on their minimizing the mistakes, trying to both on the bases and in the field, defensive mistakes. And I think what this next 20 games or so is going to boil down to is how good is their bullpen, because that's part of the club that's going to be vital in this stretch run, and we know they've not been consistent.
Well, and that leads us to what Montoya said about an hour ago, where he is hoping that Ryu tonight and Walker tomorrow can go deep into the game, which for Ryu, that's about 6 innings. I mean, he has
What if he doesn't? What if he gets lit up?
That's, I guess, the issue, and that's the question. I mean, he's been so good, Ryu, but he is due, I guess, to hit a bit of a speed bump, and Walker's been very good for them as well. How dangerous is that, Gord, to go in and realize, our bullpen is on fumes, and we got to close our eyes and just hope these guys can go deep tonight?
Well, they're both capable of it, and I agree. 6 innings on Ryu, maybe 7. 6 is about what he's capable of giving. Walker a little sturdier, a little stronger. He might be able to go an inning or so longer, but it is dangerous. You can't count on that. You have to have your bullpen lined up, and I know with 5 games against the Red Sox, a couple of doubleheaders, they're short-handed, but again, this is where somebody's going to have to come in, and if disaster strikes and Ryu comes out of the game in the 3rd inning, and somebody's going to have to pick up 3 or 4 innings, so whether that's Merriweather, whether that's Hatch, or one of those kind of guys are going to have to do that because they're thin, no question about it, and that's where this series is going to turn.
With Gord Ash here on OverDrive. So 10 of the remaining 20 games for the Blue Jays will be against the New York Yankees. They're currently a game up on the Yankees, and I think Tampa's gone. I think both teams know that. So they're jockeying for that 2nd seed in the division. If not, they're likely going to be the 2nd wild card, which would likely face up against the Tampa Bay Rays come playoff time. We've been kind of going back and forth on this earlier in the hour. I kind of like that you're staring at the devil. Like you're staring at the team that you need to go against, the team you need to beat. This was always a developmental year anyway for the Jays. I say take it on, 10 of the final 20 games. I think psychologically it could be big for this group. Where do you stand on that? If the Jays should want to play the Yankees 10 of the final 20 games, or would you prefer to avoid them and kind of backdoor into the 2nd seed without even having to face off against them?
No, you want to play them for sure. You would have liked to have played them probably in a little more spread out scenario, but that's fine. I think it's important for these young players. I mean, they've played meaningful games, playoff-type games in the minor leagues, but they've not done it at this level. It's different, and it's much different when certainly because you don't have any fans. So all of that part of it is limited. So they need to play these kind of games, and if not for this year, certainly for the future, and certainly how that's going to feel for them getting into races in the coming years. So no, I agree with you 100%. They need to play these games. They need to feel that kind of pressure, if that's the right word, and you meet these challenges head on, and you can be sure that I think that at the trade deadline when they added some of the veteran players they did, I think that was helpful, even though pitchers and players don't mix that much. But I think it's important that they have some veteran presence in that clubhouse so that you can talk about situations like this.
It's going to be fun tonight and fun the rest of the way. Enjoy the games. Always great of you to take time for us, and we'll do it again down the road. Thank you, Gord.
Thank you. Appreciate it.